Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Let's jump right into Love and Marriage Huntsville. I don't have that many notes, so this should be a quick review. A lot of it is the same old shit, just a different day of filming. And it's sad. This season is starting to become sad. I need something to pop off. Like, we gonna read Miss Wanda at the end, and you know it's not nice to read people mamas, but Miss Wanda deserves it. She stayed in her child's business. If she would mind her own business, she wouldn't get read. So the show opens up with the brothers in the pool hall. I said Maurice looks good in this turtleneck and whatever kind of wool coat that was. I said that looks nice. That's a very nice look, Maurice. Um, Next, Marceau was talking about all these apartment complexes he putting together, all these jobs he has, and I said, okay, Marceau is getting to the money. Go, Marceau. I ain't mad at nobody making money, and now Marceau is confusing me, which I can't stand Marceau no way. Like, I gave him a compliment, like he getting to the money. Go, you go, do your thing. But now I really can't stand him. But so now he's complaining. He says, I feel like all these deals that I'm making are my deals. They're not me and Tisha's deals. Like, I feel like Tisha doesn't care. And I'm like, just all last season, you was bitching and complaining, talking about your wife should be in the house cooking, cleaning, and tending to children. And anytime you have to do one of those three things, you have a whole 90-minute bitch fest that we have to watch on our television screen. And so now you mad that your wife is in school doing whatever she want to do and she ain't jumping up and down, high-fiving you because you making money. I thought that's what you're supposed to do. Remember, you're the provider of the family. You cash the checks. She deal with the kids. You deal with the checks. Why she got to jump up and down for you doing what you say you're supposed to be doing? Do you jump up and down every time she cook you a meal? Do you jump up and down every time she babysit, as you call babysit your kids? So no, miss me with that. That took me all the way back. I said, this is so confusing. Now, does Tisha want to do real estate, construction, any of that? I don't know. They say podcasting seems to be Tisha's thing. If Tisha loves podcasting, let her podcast. Let her do her thing. Moving on from that, because that I was like, this is confusing. Like, I don't even understand what he complaining about. Then he giving Maurice advice about, well, if Kimmy don't want to quit, don't make her quit, let her do it. And I'm like, I didn't know this. Let's move on, because very confusion. So now Tisha is with this radio host talking about her mommy business podcast is going live. They're gonna do their powerful marriage thing, whatever. And then Tisha gets to talk about her own tea, because the lady asked her, we've been married 13 years, which is good. You go, girl, whatever. She was like, well, is the 7-year itch a real thing? And Tisha was like, girl, the 5-year itch. She was like, if it wasn't for this baby, she was like, I'm so happy we had this baby young, because if it wasn't for this baby, I don't know if we would have made it. And I'm like, what? Are you saying you only stay with your husband because y'all had a child? Whatever works for you. Whatever motivates you to work it out. But what was funny to me is the radio host. What's her name? Is it Tony? Tammy? Whatever that radio host name is. She gave Tisha the quickest side eye when she said that. She was like, Because the way Tisha said it, she said it like, if it wasn't for this child, I would have been left his ass. I think you still should. Like, I just don't like Mark. This episode really showed me that I'm gonna get to it later, because I had got pissed off a little bit. Now we get to the Holtz. That next to youngest one, is her name Aaliyah? I don't know, but that next to youngest one is so adorable. That Martel, whatever. The dad was like, "Where your cup at?" And she was like, I threw it in the trash. And he was like, why you throw your cup in the trash? She was like, I didn't know I was going to be thirsty again. And I feel the same way, like them damn throwaway cups. My husband would be on the kids with that too. Like, write your name on your cup, only get 1 cup and you use this cup all day, and then half the time he'll throw them things in the dishwasher, and I take them out the dishwasher and throw them in the trash. These are disposable cups. Just get the child another cup. Like, I'll be over it. I'll be over it too. I was with Malia. So the kid's hungry. Martell ain't cooking. He was like, well, let's see what your mama come home with for dinner. And I'm like, and he get mad because Mel come in the house with no KFC or nothing. And I'm like, if you wanted Mel to come home with some food and you didn't plan on cooking, you should have shot her a quick text like, the kids are hungry. I ain't had time to cook. Can you stop and get some churches or something? You know, something. Hell, you could have ordered some Chinese food or something. Anyway, I'm kind of over that because they going blah, 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 blah about this schedule talk, and I don't care nothing about that. And then they get to arguing, and Mel is like, why you ain't cook? And, you know, they arguing, and he was like, well, I got to cook. I got a wife. And that had pissed me off. That had pissed me off. I can't stand these 1950s. My wife can't do nothing. And, like, unless the house is done and the house is clean and you cook my food, don't do nothing else. You do your work on the outside. And I'm so happy it's not me. Like, I couldn't marry anybody like that. I couldn't, because one, I wasn't raised like that. I definitely seen an equal household where both parents worked, both parents cooked, both parents provided, both parents nurtured and did things with the children. Like, I just don't. So I'm a very 50-50 type of girl. That's the household I came from. I didn't come from, not at all. Matter of fact, my mom, and she'll tell you to this day, she always raised me and my sister, because it's only us two, to be independent women. She always said, even though she was married, is married to the same person in wonderful marriage, she always said to get an education, take care of yourself, don't ever depend on no man, because they could be gone. And then what you gonna do? You gotta be able to do it for you. And even though me and my husband are in a 50-50, you best damn believe if anything ever pop off, Angie can do it for Angie. I was doing it for Angie before, and I'll do it for Angie after. I don't. To each their own. To each their own. But it's just something within me. Am I a feminist? Like, I don't know what it is. It's something within me that when these husbands get on this TV screens talking this trash, and I'm like, we're in 2020 and you still feel like this? You got a wife, so why you gotta cook? I don't get it. I don't get it. It mostly seems like Martell has an ego problem. They talk about the play. Why you want to take on this play that hits so close to home? The only thing, the only difference is, instead of cheating with the nurse, isn't Ariana nurse, the nurse up the road with the matching Lexus, the husband in this play is cheating with the choir director, and it's some DL shit. So that's the only difference. And Martell is like, why you want to do this play and relive everything? And you know, and Melanie is like, well, sometimes you get a healing by talking about it. And he's like, you ain't talking about it, you reliving it. And she's like, I'm not reliving it, I'm acting it. And I'm like, this is so stupid. One, I hate when I have to agree with the husbands. I do agree. One thing I agree with, this lady who wrote this play, she's from Huntsville, I believe they said, so she probably knows all the tea about the Holts. If they this big couple around town that they making themselves seem to be, I don't know. But everybody knows the tea about the Holts in Huntsville. She asked Melanie to do this role, I believe, because it's salacious. Melanie is the woman who just got dragged through the internet for the husband cheating scandal, whatever. Now Melanie's gonna come do this play, playing the part of a woman going through the drama of a cheating scandal. Like, good job. What's your name? Amina. She said her name. Forgive me if I said it wrong. But good job at getting Melanie to do this, because if she is this big person in Huntsville. People gonna want to know the tea. They gonna think Melanie on the stage spilling her own tea with a twist, whatever. So Kimmy now is meeting up with Millie, one of the Scott sisters, she the one in charge of Credit One. They talk about Kiowa. We've already discussed that. Monster misses his mama. This is stuff we already know. We ain't gotta talk about that. And the job quit talk. She was like, "You think you want to work for Credit One?" And she was like, "No, I like doing what I do. I'm a nurse and I like doing real estate on the side." I don't think Kimmy is ever gonna quit her job because she's a woman of a particular age. It ain't no point in quitting your job to do something that you say you like to do part-time. If Kimmy would have said, "I love real estate and I really want to put my all into real estate and get these commissions and help these developments around Huntsville," then that's one thing. But Kimmy, out of her own mouth, said, "I love doing what I do. I love nursing and doing real estate on the side." So Kimmy, do that. Play practice. It was, I already said what I had to say about that play. Let's move on. Okay, so now it's time for the podcast. They wanted to make us think that Marceau wasn't going to show up, but he was in the parking lot, so it wasn't nothing to that. They get to talking, and then I said, the first thing I said, what the fuck does Sadaric have on? He has on what? Pastel yellow linen pants, a mint green bomber jacket. That right there looked a fool. Everyone else on the panel was at least dressed like they were going to church, and his wife was silent. Like, what was she even doing there? She didn't even say hello. Like, what was she doing there? Melanie walks in. Mama Wanda is pressed. Like, what is Melanie doing here? She kicked my daughter out her event. What's she doing here? So we already know some shit coming with Mama Wanda later, because she was like, "I ain't gonna disrespect my daughter's event though." Okay, so now they get to a question about God talking to the husband because he's the head of the family, and Destiny's husband is in the audience yelling, "It's in the Bible. It's in the Bible." Don't say that, Angie. Don't say that, Angie. It's a lot of stuff in the Bible that we just don't do in 2020. And I'm going to put it like that. I'm just going to say that and leave the rest of that alone. So now the lady on the panel is like, "I believe God talks to men and women because I used to be a single mother, and God, when I prayed, God would talk to me because I was the head of my family as a single mother. So you telling me that when I get married, God is no longer going to talk to me, he's only going to talk to my husband?" I was like, "Yes, ma'am. That's it." And now Destiny's husband is in the audience with the screw face, like, I'm like, come on. I'm telling you, I don't want to say all. You can't say all. But these group of Alabama men making some of y'all, rest of y'all Alabama men look like, stay away. Stay away. I ain't gonna put none of my tea out there. All I'm gonna say is I've been there, done that. Thank God I ain't there no more. So that's all I'm gonna say. It's very hard. It's very hard to watch. Very hard to watch. So the next thing, Melanie is in her confessional talking about the similarities of the logos and the podcast and the empowerment. And I'm like, I see it. I can see it and I can understand where Mel is coming from. But sometimes, Mel, when you keep saying it over and over again, you're not the originator or the creator of women's empowerment. You aren't the originator and creator of a podcast and having these panels talking about marriage and all this other stuff. You're not even the originator and creator or the first one to ever do it on a reality show. So pump the brakes a little bit. Let Tisha do her thing. Now the question comes up, is cheating a deal breaker? And as soon as that question was asked, the camera panned hard left to Mel, and Mel is looking like, oh my God. And I'm like, Mel, I don't know why you looking any kind of way, because everybody in the nation know the answer. Cheating is not a deal breaker for you, because you still sitting there. Now, I think side babies are a deal breaker, because it seemed like the side baby is what got you over there to Atlanta. I don't know. But we all know cheating ain't the deal breaker. And so Maurice all up here saying, well, as long as you don't cheat on purpose, we all make mistakes. But if you going out there purposely cheating, that's a deal breaker. And I'm like, what? And Kimmy is giving him all of the energy of what the fuck you saying, because Kimmy is like, no, me and my husband already spoke. Cheating is a deal breaker. Purpose, mistake, slipped in the pussy, whatever you want to call it, it's a deal breaker over here. And I'm like, yes, Kimmy, make it plain, make it clear, because what do you mean if you mistakenly cheat? But I don't get it. Sadarik say cheating ain't no deal breaker because men make mistakes and sometimes it just can happen. And then Marceau gave the answer of it all. Cheating ain't a deal breaker for him. What's the deal breaker is you telling me you cheated. He was like, I'm living my happy life. If I don't know nothing about it, don't tell me nothing about it. Because if you tell me, my feelings going to be hurt and I might have to leave your ass. So if you're cheating, just don't tell me. And I said, not Kimmy, who was Marceau's wife? Tisha, if that didn't open up your eyes like this and get your wheels to thinking, I don't know how else your husband can tell you he got 20 women on the side. I don't know. At least one. Now, it's a YouTuber. I ain't watched the video yet, but I saw the video come up in my YouTube timeline. I want to say his name is Giving You the Real Tea. That's the name of his channel. He has a video up of some woman who looked like the woman in the audience that was rolling her eyes when Marceau was talking. It looked like her, but I only flashed at the picture real quick. He got the video up of some woman talking about this is one of Marceau's women. I'm going to have to go back and watch that video. I'm going to have to go back and watch it. Now, that's allegedly. Don't come over here and say Angie said nothing. I don't know what Marceau, how many women he got. If it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. I don't know. But this video on YouTube is exposing one. So go check it out. Get in the comments. Let me know what it's about. And Melanie said a mouthful. She said it all for me. She was like, you telling me all the men on this panel, not one of them said cheating is a deal breaker. Okay. That's because all they asses are cheating. Kimmy, check your man. Check your man. I don't know one man in general in life where cheating is not a deal breaker because their egos can't handle it. But you telling me all these men on the panel, it ain't a deal breaker. I'm just saying check your man. I would have the issue with it. Mel gave Tisha an olive branch as a gift. Now, when Melanie came in with this gold bag, I just knew it was some Embrace sample products in there. But you came in here with a dollar store bag and a dollar store olive branch. No, ma'am. But Tisha was like, yes, they clean slate, so whatever. She accepted it. Now it's time for Wanda to get to her shit. Now, Wanda bringing up old shit. You kicked my daughter out your event. What is Mel even doing here? What she even doing here? And like she's saying, what is Mel even doing here to Mel? Now, Kimmy, she get back on Kimmy because Kimmy is like, Wanda, we passed this. You know, Tisha invited her and she's like, I knew you would say something about Mel, have Mel's back. And so Kimmy is feeling the energy. Kimmy don't want to cuss Wanda out right now. So she was like, let me exit. I ain't getting in the middle. And so Wanda is like, what you even doing here? You kicked my daughter out your event. What you doing here, Mel? And Mel was like, yes, I kicked your daughter out of my event because she wasn't invited. I was invited to this event, so that's why I'm here. And so now Wanda's like, I don't know why Tisha invited you. I would have kicked you out. And then Mel was like, well, you know what, Wanda, why don't you throw an event and don't invite me? And then you won't see me show up. And I was like, yes, Mel. Yes, Mel. Wanda, mind your effing business. Wanda ain't nothing but a Mama Joyce 2.0. And I don't even know if I should say 2.0. I should say point 0.5 because I think Mama Joyce is worse than Mama Wanda. And so now Mama Wanda's like, well, why do you even dislike my daughter so much? That's what I need to know. Why do you dislike Tisha? And Mel is like, I don't dislike Tisha because if I didn't like Tisha, I wouldn't be here. And I said agreed. Why would she even show up? And so Mel is now politely excusing herself because she was like, I don't want to cuss out Miss Wanda. And I'm like, somebody has to, because Tisha is not going to check her mama. Kimmy will cuss her out, but she tries to be respectful. And see, this is one thing. If y'all all in y'all 30s, I think they might be in their maybe mid to later 30s. I don't think any of them are my age yet. Maybe Kimmy. But if Mama Wanda had Tisha real young, like she said, and they like sisters, that means Mama Wanda at the most is in her mid to early 50s. She can get cussed the fuck out. To me, elders who you don't cuss out are maybe 70-year-olds, 80-year-olds, people who just talking shit just because they so old, that's what they do. And you just like, haha, yeah, go on, sit down and enjoy yourself. But 50-year-old Wanda needs to get cussed the fuck out, because that's the only way she's gonna stop. If you keep giving her this pass of, oh, that's your mama, oh, that's my elder, and I ain't gonna, no, you have to put Wanda in her place, because she's not going to stop, and Tisha is not going to check her. And that's it for that. Now we get to this conversation with Kimmy and Tisha, which it bothered me. So, you know, they start off, congratulations on the podcast, and Kimmy was like, your mama started with me again. I don't understand. I left the room because I didn't want to get in the middle. And now Tisha brings up old shit, which I don't understand. Everything from in my notes on forward, I didn't understand, because Tisha said it's 4 Scotts and 2 Holts. I don't understand why. I guess she was talking about the reunion. Why on that stage it felt like I was all alone, because Marceau was quiet. You know, Marceau had told her to shut the fuck up, and she didn't. And she was like, Marceau was quiet, and you two were sitting over there, and y'all still kikiing with the Holts, and it feel like I'm just out here all alone, and that's probably why my mama had my back. Kimmy was like, I said from this point over, I'm not getting involved, which I understand. Kimmy is minding her own business. And Tisha is like, well, you still inviting Mel to events. You still kikiing it with Mel. I don't understand why you still, if we family, you supposed to have my back more. And I understand the loyalty of it. But if all of you all, I could see if you all weren't in a circle and all friends. But all of you all were friends. All of you had some, what was that, the comeback group, a business venture together. And Kimmy told you straight up, both of you all were wrong. It wasn't just like Mel was picking on you. You were throwing shit back. And she's like, but I didn't do anything to try to destroy anyone's marriage. They tried to destroy my marriage, saying my man had 20 men. Or, I'm sorry, 20 women. Okay, he might have had 20 women, but Kimmy was like, you tried to destroy, you came for their marriage too. And she's like, well, what did I say? And she was like, you told her, you heard Mel was trying to sleep with your husband. And to me, that's worse. What you said was worse than the 20 women. But to me, what you said was completely unbelievable. Like, we all know Mel wasn't trying to do nothing with Marceau. Only you the only fool that want that man. You the only one that want that man. Now, Kimmy says something very telling. So Tisha is like, well, they trying to say my husband doing this and this, and you ain't defend him. And she was like, why would I defend him when I don't know if it's true? Why would I say that I know for a fact that Marsau ain't cheating on you when I don't know that to be true? Now that to me is a big statement, because that's a character statement. To me, it's certain people around me where, yeah, they could, anybody can cheat. Anybody can cheat, anybody can fall, anybody can stumble. Ain't nobody perfect. But some people's character and the way they carry themselves, where they could be like, you know, so-and-so and them cheating on their wife. And I'm like, nah, he ain't, I don't believe that. They ain't cheating. It's some people like that. So to me, for Kimmy to not be able to, on the character of Marsau, to be like, I know Marsau ain't cheating on Tisha. If you know it to be true or not, for her to not stand on his character, that says a lot to me. That says a lot to me, and that should say a lot to you, Tisha. And I don't understand why you want Kimmy to defend you, where in every scene, every season, you question it yourself. Next week, you're going to be questioning, oh, Marsau said he alone. And, you know, once they get to be alone, that's when they start cheating. Like, you can't even say it for a fact yourself. So why you expect everyone around you to say it? I can't stand Tisha. And so now at the end, Tisha said, well, let me tell you as my sister what I expect from you. And Kimmy's face said it all. And she was like, what you expect from me, girl? She said, I expect loyalty. And she was like, I told you right now, I don't want to say loyalty because I'm not getting involved in that bullshit. If it ain't got nothing to do with me, it ain't got nothing to do with me. And I rocks with Kimmy. That's what you do. Stay out of the bullshit, because once they get to fighting and you get in the middle, then they both gonna end up turning on you. So Kimmy is out. I ain't mad at it. And the whole time, Kimmy is looking at Tisha with that look of, I know these cameras are here, so I'm going to respect you on camera, but if these cameras weren't here, I would cuss your ass out and tell you what I really feel about you and your man. Kimmy's face told that entire story. We're going to see what's going to happen, because to me, everybody is playing kind of like what Karen is doing over here on Potomac. Everybody is playing the let me plant some groundwork in case the bullshit do blow up in my face. I can say, well, at least Marsau said he was alone. Maybe I was working too much. Like, that's what Tisha is planning for me. Like, I got to go watch this video. Because she playing it like she knows some stuff, but she planting some seeds to give her excuse for when it blows up in the face. I don't know. Get in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about this episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I talk way too much for them to keep giving us the exact same storylines week after week after week after week. But anyway, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And I'll see you all next weekend for the next episode. Bye.